Hi guys, welcome back. Domain-3 architecture and design. In this video we're going to see system hardening code practice lab. So lab requirements: VMware or VirtualBox, Windows 7 workstation. Tasks for the lab. So we're going to perform two tasks: examine and configure several security settings including updates, firewalls, antivirus, user account controls and Windows backups. Second is configuring and test a host-based firewall. So first we can perform this examine and configure several security settings. Let's go for the lab. So before start the lab, so I just give you a small scenario so you guys can understand easily. So the configuring an operating system securely, updating it, creating rules and policy to help govern the system in secure manner and removing unnecessary applications and service, all part of hardening a system. So you guys can use any operating system. So this same is a general step. So I'm going to perform on this lab, so you can use any operating system and try this step, okay, on your test environment. Okay guys, first we are going to remove the software that has no business being on Windows 7 machines, on these machines. So especially we are going to query install program with PowerShell, then remove the software with the PowerShell 2. Okay, first we go to open the PowerShell. So let's check the service pack first. So let me run this as administrator. So run as administrator. You always run as administrators when you're performing the test lab. Okay, first we need to check what service pack is installed on this machine. Okay, on your test environment. Okay, so you can see that version is 6.1. so service pack 1 based on the versions, the number being 6.1.7601. so okay, first we check this. Okay, then PowerShell is also let you view your list of installed program on the machines to gain an understanding of what is currently running on your system. So in the same PowerShell window, we are going to run the command to check the installed program, the 64-bit installed program. So for that, you can press the tab button, so it is easy for you to complete. Okay, so let's press enter. This is the command to check the 64-bit installed program. Okay, so is the result. You can see the successfully is done, so you will get the result here if you enter this command. So if you want to check the 32-bit installed program, so the same command but slightly change. software. So I just added this WOW6432 nodes in between the Microsoft and software. So rest of them is there is no change. Okay. So display name and display version. Okay. Now it shows all 32-bit. Install the list reveals one programs open Office 4.1.1. That shouldn't be there. So move on the next step. Okay. Now you staying aware. So staying aware of your company security documentation, so you recall that OpenOffice is not approved for use on your organization systems and will need to be removed. So here in the PowerShell, so you can see here the OpenOffice 4.1.1 is existing, is installed already as a 32-bit version. So first we are going to call uninstall. So first we are going to add the OpenOffice program object into a variable. Then we can call it uninstall on the program object to remove it. Okay. For that, so we need to now, so we have now entered this command to add the OpenOffice program object into a variable. So this command helps to add OpenOffice program object into a variable. So looks there is a small typo. So let's enter. Okay. Okay, this command it will take a few minutes to complete. So the machine will automatically restart. Then we will perform removing option. Open. I will show you that once the machine is rebooted. So I will show you that. So there was a small mistake. There is a small space you need to give. So that's why you get this error message. So let's wait for some time. Okay, it's now completed. So now we are going to use this command to remove. So it's called uninstall. This call uninstall on the program object to remove it. So let's wait for some time. So it will reboot once again. So the computer is now rebooted. So let's check. So when uninstalling completes, when you uninstall the software, so we need to make sure the software is uninstalled successfully. So for that, just open the PowerShell once again. Run as administrator. So enter the command. So same win object. VMA object. Okay. Front class -win32, because the OpenOffice was found in under Windows 32. So select string, open. Okay, this will take some time. If PowerShell doesn't present anything to standard output, then the OpenOffice was removed successfully. Great. Okay, so let's see. So we just leave it Windows, so we'll just open the new PowerShell. So we don't want to wait for until this completes. So here we will check so the next task. We are going to continue hardening the system. First we will set up the automatic backup on the network. So then we will look at different UAC settings. Okay, user account control. Okay, so first let's check the status of Windows update, Windows automatic updates, to make sure our programs update and install automatically. So here run the following command. Windows okay, so this command this command helps to put the auto update settings into a variable. So there is a small typo. Enter. Still there is a typo. Microsoft. Okay, there was a small typo here. There is a space. So now I'm going to run. So now when you run this Windows underscore update, you can see the object attributes. You can see here, right? So the important variable here to look at is notification level. So unfortunately it is set to 1, which means the Windows set to never check for update. So you can see here. So the notification level set to 1. So if you want, you can also double check. Windows update system. We can go to the control panel. Control panel, you can see that. You can see the review. See. So here you can see the right. So it's never checked for update. So let's change automatic update so Windows will install update automatically. So for that we are going to change the notification level now. Update notification level equal to 4. Okay, and then press enter. Now we are going to check the Windows update dot save. Enter. Now we can verify this change is really happened. Okay, so you can see here the notification level changed, successfully done. So since we these machines have doesn't have the internet connection. So because if you run this update, it will fail. So I don't perform that. So check for update. Okay, I just enabled, so the connection, okay, it's working now. Okay, last time the internet was not working, so that's why. So now it's working. It's taking update slowly. But anyway, so we have done successfully how to check, how to change the notification levels, everything using the command PowerShell. So now we will see how to turn on the firewalls using the PowerShell. Okay, so net sh advanced firewall firewall. So set all profile. So if you see OK in the output, your firewall is now enabled. So if you, let's say if you're using a third-party firewalls, or it is recommended that you should disable Windows firewall to avoid traffic handling conflicts, so sometimes it's conflict, so it's not good practice. So now, so if you want, you can check the firewall here. Firewall, so here instead of, you can check. So here, so it's turned on successfully. So if you change it off, state off, it will turn off the firewall. So it's a very simple command. So let's say off, so which means, so the firewall will turn off. So this is a very useful command for you guys. So next, you want to configure backup. So there is no easy way to create a backup through the PowerShell. So this will happen through the GUI. So configure backup by selecting a setup backup button, so you will easily configure. So we will now go to the control panel. Okay, control panel. So here we have to check the setup backup. So setup backup. Oops. So there is this one. So anyway, I go to the system on security. Setup backup. Okay. Backup your computer. Okay, now setup backup. So it is a good idea, a good practice to back up your system before a problem occurs. So critical systems should also be included in the backup. So policy and planning should include solution for both on-site and off-site storage of backup. So now we need to save it to a box on the same network. So we need to configure. So this is a local network. So I'm going to serve this. So we need to give the username and password on the network credential. So once Windows backup validate the network location, so you will be able your new backup location will show in the backup destination pane. Okay, the specific network location cannot be found, so let me double check. Okay, let's try now. So there was a small typo there, so I missed the users. So now added successfully. So now click next. So now let me choose, click next. So here remove the check mark from the from all the box. Okay, so now going to expand the C. So what backups I want to, so this file lab files, so and then hit next. So going to verify. So here the next window, so this window appears showing the progress. You can see here the progress is going on, progress of the backup. So once is completed, so we need to verify the next backup date, the last backup date, and the schedule of future backup. Okay, let's wait for some time. Okay, now it's done. You can see here the locations, and then everything is okay. Next backup, last backup, scheduled, so everything you can see here. So next go back to the control panel, system and security. So then action center, you can see the change user control, right? So here okay, now restart the machine. Okay, now we are going to we have completed this first task successfully. So now we are going to configuring a host based firewall. So here we have now successfully configured the security. Successfully done. Examine the configuring several security settings, including updates, firewalls, antivirus, UAC controls, and Windows backup. So we are going to perform the second, configuring and test a host based firewall. So we will now harden the system by configuring the firewalls. So we will use Powershell to query firewall status and current firewall rules, and then we will use to create two firewall rules to block traffic we don't want to see. Okay, first we can now open the command prompt. We are not going to use the, instead of using the PowerShell, so we can use a command prompt. Run as administrator. So now we can now check the status of firewall profiles, domain, private, and public. Okay, to do so we have to enter this command first. So you can see the domain, the status of firewall. So let's now query the firewall rules to see all the rules that are enabled. For that, So we can now, so there is a small typo example. Okay, again there is a small typo, sorry for that. Okay, okay, now enter. Okay, so the result it just give you an exhaustive list of all enabled firewall. You can see here, so all enabled firewall rules. Sometimes it is a bit much to first. So let's move to the next talks to look at how we can narrow down this result. So instead of viewing all the firewall rules, so let's say if you wanted to view only the enabled inbound rules to check. So to check that, so we need to perform this. We need to use this command. So we can add another parameter to the command, just a small parameter. Okay, name equal to all. After that dir, this is a parameter, equal to in. So there you are, ICMPv4. okay, so it should now work. Okay, so if successful, so you will see the command written. Okay, right? So you can also you can also use the GUI to create the new rule. Windows Advanced Firewall. So here you guys can create a new rule. So if the inbound, if you want create a new rule, so like this, just right click. So I'm just using a PowerShell command to create this. Okay, the command prompt. So this is very useful for guys when you doing a bulk amount of rule for multiple machine. Okay, anyway, so let's go for next one. So we are going to set up the firewall. So lastly we are going to set up the firewall, so it logs all dropped connections. So it will this is one of the very good stuff. For that we need to use this command, set all profiles logging, and then dropped connections enable. Okay, so net as such set all, I hope there is no typo, profiles, all profiles, so there is no space between all profiles, and then logging drop connections. Okay, so it's successfully done. So now let's now verify the rules were created. For that, so to check for the first rule we created by running the command, this command, you have to running this command. Okay, done. So this is how we can verify the rules. So you can now verify the second rules was created, that was created before. So sorry, the first rule, and then we can now check the second rule. Show rule suspicious okay, no rule match specified. So now okay, so because if the rule are both there, so you will see the info for both of them, so that's why. So anyway, now we are going to test the Windows firewall. Okay, for that, so to verify the created firewall rule, so use the same as you guys know already, 192. You need to use this command ping. Okay, so let's move on the next. So I'm going to test the ping command, the 192.168.0.10. this is another servers running on my test environment. So I'm going to just for testing purpose, so I'm going to test the ping command from Windows Server and Kali Linux machine. Okay, so I'm going to connect my Windows Server machine. Okay, this is a Windows Server machine. So I'm going to ping the command 192.168.0.30. so this IP is a Windows 7 IP. So I'm just going to test from Windows Server machine. You can see here, so request timeout. So assume your ping firewall rule is working perfectly, so what we created on the Windows 7 machine. So now we go back to the Windows 7 machine. So the Windows 7 machine, so we will now check the firewall locked the dropped packet. So on the command prompts we can just enter can just type this command Windows System 32 sorry, there's a small typo. So okay, so there was a typo, so that's why I can't open. So now it's opener, so you can see here there was a small typo. I missed the reverse slash. So anyway, so once I enter this command type Windows the specific path, so now I can see the dropped packets. So now we can check that any dropped packets in the specific location. So I see that dropped ICMP packet from 19.10. So here, let me open. So here you can see here the ICMP packet 192.168.0.10 drops, the packet drops, right? So anyway, so we will check to the switch to the Kali Linux machines. We will now check the command. Okay, So now is connected Kali machine. So we are now going to open terminal window. So with the port number. So this command 192.168, there is a small typo. Sorry guys, so many typo. I'm not good at typing. Okay, nc space -vv 192.168.0.30 Windows 7 IP address with port number. So this command help to see if our rule is working or not. So the netcat command is very useful, guys. You can also Google it to find more useful information. nmap netcat command. So you need a port number, is very important when you use a netcat command. Anyway, so that's it guys for this video, for this lab. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, enjoy this lab. So please subscribe my channel, press the bell button to get more updates. I will post more practice lab. Share the video if you guys like to your friends. Bye bye, have a good day.